So the trial has come to a close with Masvidal and Colby, where Masvidal pled no contest to misdemeanor assault. And I was going to do a video about blah, blah, bloop, bloop. And then I realized, oh my God, I have a clip of Colby admitting their beef is fake in 2019. And so I'm going to play that first, and then we're going to do the rest of the video. So that's what's up. Watch that first. Then we'll talk about the assault charge and the end of that case and what we know and what we don't know.
Okay, so here's the interview that started it all, in my opinion. Let's go. Boom.
Jorge Masvidal, who I guess, your friend who called him out earlier in the week. Are you excited to see how that one plays out?
Yeah, it's the battle of the journeyman. It's an exciting.
This is about the BMF fight.
It's talking about Nate Diaz and Masvidal.
The 500 level fighter. They're both. Let's see. Nate Diaz is 1-1 in the last 3 years. Jorge Masvidal is 2-2 in the last year or two. So it's the battle of the journeyman, the battle of the 500 fighters. So I'm excited to see who comes out top.
Hold on, let's rewind a second. So I know Jorge is a friend of yours, but now you're starting to slag him a little bit. Is there trouble in paradise here?
No, not at all. No trouble in paradise. Have I said anything that's a lie? Where's the lie, Aaron? I'm saying all truth is facts. If someone gets mad at me or a media member or him even for saying facts, then that you're living in denial. You're living in a delusional world. So there's no beef. He's still my best friend, man. We go through way back, Aaron. You don't know what me and that guy been through. We've been through so much together. So I got nothing but respect and love for him. He's my brother.
Call him a journeyman. I mean, the journeyman is still kind of something you wouldn't want to call somebody who's a friend of yours. Am I wrong on that?
I mean, there's nothing in my contract that says I have to be nice, and there's nothing in our friendship that says I need to say nice words all the time. We troll each other all the time, Aaron. He calls me all the time.
We troll each other all the time.
I remember there was a time during this channel's life where everyone wanted me so badly to admit that George Masvidal and Colby Covington beef was real, because I was so invested in it being not real, and there was so much evidence to the contrary that it clearly was real, and everyone was like, just admit it, dude. And that started primarily when George punched Colby at the steakhouse. Now, we finally have a resolution to that case, and it is exactly what I said would happen. Or wait, no, it's exactly what, what? I said I would admit this, that, or the other if this, and I would say it looks like it's fake if that. And so now that we know what's going to happen, or what has happened, I will either admit that I was wrong or say, ha, 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 I told you guys I was right. So that's going to happen in this video. Hey, Chael, eat the crow, Chael. Eat the crow, Chael. Jesse on fire. Eat the crow, Jesse on fire. Maybe. And then I'm going to show you guys a video of Darren Till boxing, because I'm going to start a rumor right now. I think maybe Jake Paul's going to box Darren Till. I'm just saying I think that's possible. I think it might be Darren Till, because Darren Till has clearly been boxing a lot, and he looks really good. And if Jake Paul fights Darren Till, good God. Okay, that would be gangster, because Darren Till looks really good in this video. So that's what we're going to do today. That is on the agenda. What is up? Let's go. So if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and do that. I would appreciate it very much if you guys would join this thriving community of subscribers and help the channel out. I just ask, if you're going to watch my content, that you subscribe to the channel. It's like candy at the front of the store. You take the candy, you leave the quarter. It takes 1 second and it's free. Just click subscribe. It helps me with the algorithm. And then also I want to thank the sponsor of this video, Happy HIPPO. Okay? This is where you go to get the fancy kratom stuff. If you like the high-powered kratom, the specialized stuff, Happy HIPPO is the sponsor of this channel that covers that. We have bulk kratom from Yo Kratom, and that's just more like daily stuff. It's not meant to, like, kick your balls into your throat. It's meant to last you a long time. If you want something that's going to kick your balls into your throat, Happy HIPPO gives you a lot of different options. The shots are cheap and they're really good. The taffies are really good, etc. Give them a look and try it out. Use the promo code JesseOnFire for a huge discount. So here we are, the moment of truth. Jorge Masvidal pleads no contest to misdemeanor battery in the Colby Covington case. I'm going to go ahead and summarize this, okay? So Masvidal was facing 10 years in prison for felony assault, aggravated assault, criminal mischief, etc. Okay, 10 years is what he was looking at. Not a small amount of time, not a small deal, etc. Right? So what I had always said going into this was, I'm only like, this channel, all it is me just talking, dude. Like, I'm just saying what I think. And so if I say, like, listen, I'm not convinced their beef is real, I am not saying it for any other reason that I'm not convinced their beef is real. You know, like that's really what I thought at the time. Now, I mean, listen, dude, more and more evidence is piled. I have never been more sure of anything than that their beef was fake prior to when they fought in March of 22. Let's just say that, right? Until the moment that they fought in March of 22, I'm telling you, I was 99.8% sure, as far as I was concerned, that the beef was fake. Okay? Like I was that confident. Then their fight happened and it was bizarre and kind of hard to watch because I thought they were best friends and they were fighting each other, whatever. And, you know, like I had a lot of people on my side. Then George attacked Colby and it was like, and I just like, it just broke my brain where I was like, what? I remember the way that it happened was Anthony Smith and I were talking about it. He was like, dude, there was something off about George all fight week going into the Colby fight. And he's like, he just hates this guy. And I'm like, maybe. He's like, nah, dude, I think that's what it is. I'm like, or it's his best fucking friend. And now all of a sudden the chickens are coming home to roost. This huge fake beef that they built up all to this moment. They're about to make tons and tons of money. Except the part they didn't really think about is that one of them was going to have to take the soul of their best friend. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like that could be that. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, let me just ask you this. Anthony and I have very, very similar personalities. I'm like, is there any scenario where your best friend in the world, where you could turn on a dime like that to where you would hate them that much publicly? And he's like, never. And I'm like, right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And I've seen the documentary that they made together when they were best friends. That's why I can't wrap my brain around. I can't believe it. And he's like, I don't know. So I got him kind of like on the fence. And then literally 2 days later is when George attacked Masvidal. And I found out about it because Anthony texted me. He's like, guess it's real. And I looked at the article and I was like I can't even explain. I couldn't make heads. I could not make sense of it. You know, I couldn't make sense of it. And then something else happened, which gave context to why they would have made a publicity stunt out of this whole thing. And I was like, oh my God. Now, this would have been, 4D chess on a level that was just so impressive, so wildly impressive that I couldn't even exaggerate it if I tried. And a person who's involved is one of the smartest 4D chess players of all time. And so I had to consider that it's very possible that that's what this was. I was never going to know. I would never ask anybody about it, really. I would never really put the screws to him. But bottom line is, I still could not believe for sure that this thing was real. What I always said was that let's see how this case shakes out. Let's see how this case shakes out. And then pictures of Colby's tooth being knocked out came out. Then they have a video of Masvidal after his arrest. Then I talked to, Money Moicano, and he's like, nah, dude, they hate each other. He said he's American Top Team, dude. Like he knows them both. He's American Top Team. He's like, nah, dude, they hate each other. I'm like, I don't know why I can't make myself believe. It's so absurd, dude. It's so stupid. Like when I say it all out loud, it's so stupid, dude. Because it's like every person's like, nah, dude, it's real. I'm like, no, it's not. Fucking dudes from their team are like, listen, man, like they had to be separated like at the gym. Like they hate each other. I'm like, I don't know, man. I just can't get myself to believe. Oh my gosh. I just did such a good job convincing myself it wasn't real that I just felt like every single thing was gaslighting me. But I always said that if however this case shakes out will be a massive indicator of whether it's real or not. If the charges end up quietly getting dropped, then I'll be like, I knew it. And I'm like, but if George ends up taking a charge, then, I mean, listen, I'm going to have to acknowledge it was real. Like, I have to. George's not going to take a charge for a fake beef and put that on his record. And so, I guess this is that moment, dude, This, misdemeanor charge is a little bit, you're like, so he gets no jail time? They're like, no jail time. You're like, I'm not saying or obviously I don't want George to go to jail. But I'm just saying I guess I'm there then. I guess it's real. I guess I can eat crow. I guess it's real, Because even though he's not getting jail time, I'll just, let's just think about it like this. And people who are new to this channel are probably like, what the fuck are you talking about? all the OGs know exactly what I'm talking about. I talked about their beef being fake so much that it was fucking unbelievable, dude. Because I really believed it. I'll be totally straight. I'm not sure I'll ever be able to fully shake it off. I convinced myself that well, dude. I have a steel trap brain. But given George's history with law enforcement, throwing a willy-nilly misdemeanor assault charge on your record is not something you're going to do, because what if you end up fighting someone in the future, and the sentencing judge is unclear on the fact that this wasn't a real charge? Like, you're not going to do that because they're going to potentially bang you and sentence you to more time. There's no way George Masvidal thinks there's it's a super unlikely scenario where he has to bang somebody up at some point and he ends up in front of a judge, So having this charge on his record could be damaging to future sentencing guidelines, or not guidelines, but like a judge might sentence him to a longer time. He's not going to do it just to perpetuate a beef that's irrelevant now that he's retired. So this is the moment. It's real. Fine. It's real. My heart's broken, dude. Not because I'm wrong. Everyone's like, just admit you're wrong. I'm like, it's not about that, dude. I want to live in a world, okay? The world I want to live in is not the one where two inseparable best friends become enemies and hate each other. I like the one where the two best friends are like, dude, what if we could do, we're in the same weight class. What if we could do this together? Like, what if we could create a fake beef and do it together? Now, it is possible that it started out fake too. Because if you haven't, listen, dude, if you want to see what I'm talking about, go just search, actually here, I will show you exactly what to watch. All right. So I did a video back in the day where I laid the entire thing out. There is no possible way that any person who is objective and smart can watch this entire video that I made, and this is like really early on, and tell me that they're not suspicious of the beginning of this one right here. This one. Where Masvidal and Colby seen together in public. Busted. That one. Watch that one, and then tell me that you wouldn't have, like, if you hadn't seen it before, like, that forget about all this, that going into their fight, you wouldn't have been wildly suspicious of their beef being fake. I lay it all out from the very beginning to the very end. And it's like, it's almost like that's why I could never get myself there. Because anytime I would start doubting myself, I would go back and watch that video and I'm like, this is so obvious that it's fake. Like, this is so obvious that it's fake. They fucking said it. They fucking said, you know what? If I'm going to eat shit right now, we're at least going to run through one.
All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. Now we are going to do.
God damn it, I can't do this on this video. Just go watch it if you're interested. Trust me, you're gonna be like, oh wow, that is really suspicious. He's not that crazy after all, Like, there's a moment where Colby literally is in an interview and he's like, oh, you mean Journeyman George? And it wasn't even that long ago. It was going into the Nate Diaz and Masvidal fight. This is not like super long. It was the BMF fight. And they're like, oh, what, you got two journeymen going at it? I'm supposed to be whatever. And they're all, I thought George is your best friend. He's like, he is my best friend. He's like, you don't know how we troll each other. You don't even know how we troll each other. I'm like, wait, so he's just openly admitting that they trolled each other. And now I'm just, here it is. Hang on. Fuck it. I can't help myself, dude. You guys, I just can't help myself. Watch.
Masvidal very clearly at the beginning is like, I can't believe people are even going to buy this, before settling in and realizing, oh, people fucking believe this. Now I can go hard. Okay, so here's the interview that started it all, in my opinion. Let's go. Boom.
Jorge Masvidal, who I guess, your friend who called him out earlier in the week. Are you excited to see how that one plays out?
Yeah, it's the battle of the journeyman. It's an exciting.
This is about the BMF fight.
He's talking about Nate Diaz and Masvidal.
The 500 level fighter. They're both. Let's see. Nate Diaz is 1-1 in the last 3 years. Jorge Masvidal is 2-2 in the last year or two. So it's the battle of the journeyman, the battle of the 500 fighters. So I'm excited to see, who comes out top.
Hold on, let's rewind a second. So I know Jorge is a friend of yours, but now you're starting to slag him a little bit. Is there trouble in paradise here?
No, not at all. No trouble in paradise. Have I said anything that's a lie? Where's the lie, Aaron? I'm saying all truth is facts. If someone gets mad at me or a media member or him even for saying facts, then you're living in denial. You're living in a delusional world. So, you know, there's no beef. He's still my best friend, man. We go through way back, Aaron. You don't know what me and that guy been through. We've been through so much together. So I got, you know, nothing but respect and love for him. He's my brother.
Oh, weird. Weird. Jesse, you're fucking crazy, dude. You're crazy. Why would you think their beef is fake? Because he fucking said it, dude. He said it was fake. He called him Journeyman George. And then they were like, wait, is there trouble in paradise? Nah, he's my best friend, man. I'm just trolling him. That's what he's... Matter of fact, let's hear that, dude. How about that?
You call him a journeyman. I mean, the journeyman is still kind of something you wouldn't want to call somebody who's a friend of yours. Am I wrong on that?
I mean, there's nothing in my contract that says I have to be nice, and there's nothing in our friendship that says I need to say nice words all the time. We troll each other all the time, Aaron. He calls me all the time.
We troll each other all the time.
I fucking told you. You know what? Fuck this. I still don't fucking believe it, dude. I don't give a shit about his misdemeanor charge. I still don't believe it. I don't fucking believe it. I actually think that there is a, you know, now I mean, again, he did take a charge, so I'm sure that it was real. But it obviously was not real then, because he just said it wasn't fucking real. So no one did, I don't want to hear fucking anybody telling me that, oh, it's like, dude, they said it. He's the one who said it. Colby Covington said, it's not real. He's my best friend. And this brings a long saga to a close. Apparently, they really do hate each other now, which is sad because it started off as a joke. All right, now let's move over to the Darren Till stuff. You guys can do with all of that Masvidal and Colby stuff what you will. And let's go ahead and watch this because there's footage of Darren Till looking sharp. And this is coming on the same week where he's saying he's selling his clothes to make money. First of all, Darren Till, dude, do a GoFundMe, man. People love you. I will donate to it. Everyone will donate to it. No one wants to know that no one wants to hear that you're selling your clothes, dude. I know it's like, yeah, I don't know, man. But like, I'm telling you, if you do I'm selling my clothes, GoFundMe, you're going to get $20,000 for sure, dude. I would bet my life on that. I will help promote it, dude. You don't need to sell your fucking clothes. Everybody wants to see you fight. Everyone wants to see you do well. And now, speaking of seeing him do well, let's watch him box because I think it might be Jake Paul. Jake Paul might be fighting Darren Till. And if not Jake Paul, I think it should be Logan Paul. Let's see how Logan Paul does against a real, combat athlete. Well, no, I mean, Dylan Dan's a real combat athlete, but a real striker combat athlete. Watch this.
Sharp on the pads after 8 months of training. He just posted new training footage as he prepares for his long-anticipated boxing debut. Till hasn't competed since December of 2022 when he lost by submission to Dricus Du Plessis at UFC 282. Here's how he looks on pads after 8 months of consistently being in the gym.
You don't want to get hit with that jab. That hurts. He's going to be the best crossover MMA guy except for Francis. Woo! Come on, son. He looks nasty right there, dude. He looks nasty. I don't think people want it, dude. I think Darren Till is going to have a hell of a debut, and I think he's going to do really well. There's no way that Darren Till's story ends the way it has been right now. The guy is destined for greatness. I've always believed that, and I am willing to help him if he needs it. And, yeah, I hope I kind of hope Logan Paul fights. I love Jake Paul, I don't even, hate Logan Paul. It's just, I don't want to see Jake Paul get his ass kicked, and I definitely don't want to see Darren Till get his ass kicked, but... I would be happy for Darren Till if he beat Logan Paul. Logan Paul's a billionaire. He can deal with a fucking boxing loss. You know what I mean? And as far as I know, they haven't dropped the lawsuit yet, so he's still on my shit list. So it is what it is. Anyway, that's what I got. I love you guys. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell. I'm going to be out of town this week. I'm going to still try to go live, but I love you guys. Bye-bye.